You know, marijuana.
Oh. It isn't glamorous or cool or kid stuff.
I guess I'll start by saying that I think there are good drugs and bad drugs, and it's time we started differentiating between the two.
This is the way it's been since she started smoking pot.
The reasons that marijuana is illegal today are many and complicated.
Because it can't be taxed.
Beats me.
Because it's harmful.
I guess just sort of a history.
Because of the government, and they can't tax it.
Because we live in a country based on Puritan values.
Marijuana is illegal because there's a perception of harm behind it. People think it's so harmful that it must remain illegal for all people to use.
In the 1930s, I think there were some misunderstandings about marijuana. There are all kinds of side issues about whether we should encourage or discourage the hemp industry as opposed to maybe some other fibers. There are issues involving prohibition, which just ended, and the question of how much competition do we want with this new beer and alcohol industry.
Now grown to serve the purposes of the law enforcement community generally. It's a full employment for cops and all the people associated with that. What a waste of money.
I am not in favor of legalization.
I mean, this is a substance that grows in a natural way, and some people use it for different reasons. In a free country, you ought to have the right to do that.
In terms of legalization of drugs, I think that the battle, the war on drugs has been an utter failure, and I think that we need to rethink and decriminalize our marijuana laws. But I'm not somebody who believes in legalization of marijuana. What I do believe is that we need to rethink how we are operating in the drug wars, and I think that currently we are not doing a good job.
I think it is entirely legitimate to have a conversation about whether the laws in place are ones that are doing more harm than good in certain places.
It just takes politicians with some courage. Politicians who aren't afraid who aren't worried about jeopardizing their re-election and simply do what's right. Decriminalization is the way out of this, and for parents who are worried about it, parent. And that'll be the answer to the problem.
You know, I don't believe in legalizing marijuana, but I'm always open to, for the debate, because there's people that feel differently. And I said, I'm always interested in debating any of those issues because there's always different ways of looking at it. And I think that it will be interesting to see the information that is available, if there's any information available, of how well countries are doing that have legalized marijuana. But I don't think that information is available, and one has to see that. But I believe in the law, the way the law is right now, and I think that has worked very well for the state of California. And I think it would be a mistake to just go and legalize something that we don't believe in just because it will produce an extra $1 billion in revenues. I think that we just have to learn how to live within our means rather than trying to do things that we really don't want to do.
Participate in politics and in rallies and marches, and we have a magazine and political parties. We founded a political party, the British Columbia Marijuana Party. We have the magazine Cannabis Culture. We started the Cannabis Cafe, and all these different things to give people like a liberation movement, like the gay liberation. They have media, they have clubs, they have rallies, marches. I looked at them, right? And the feminists, the women's movement, right? They have the rallies, they have clubs, they have political parties. So I thought we should imitate that and do all these things ourselves. So 20 years later, it's very successful now. There is a great deal of pressure everywhere in the world, and it will break soon. I think it will break in America first, but as soon as California legalizes marijuana, the rest of the world will be chasing fast to do it.
So what is the argument? If there is no argument,
Why is there debate? And if there is a debate, what's the fucking argument? That's all I want to know, because I don't even understand the position of these people that are against fucking the legalization of marijuana. It doesn't make sense. It's literally mind-boggling. I don't know how you literally boggle a mind, but they've done it.